Imagine waking up to discover your entire economy destroyed by chickens, a single computer bug, or even a rumor that wasn't true. We always think economic collapses come from big things: wars, corruption, global crises. But what if I told you that some of the most shocking financial disasters in history were triggered by things so tiny, so stupid, so absurd, that you'll still be thinking about them long after this video ends? Today, we're diving into 5 real collapses where entire markets, cities, and nations were brought to their knees because of something unbelievably trivial. And trust me, each story gets stranger than the last. Stay with me. It begins in Japan. A simple news headline spreads: chicken flu detected, people freak out. Families stop buying chicken overnight, restaurants close. Farmers dump millions of eggs. The stock market reacts violently. Shares linked to poultry drop like a falling elevator. But here's the twist. The report wasn't even confirmed. It was only a rumor that erased $3 billion in 2 days. But what no one expected was, when the truth came out that the rumor was false, the recovery didn't happen. Fear had already done the damage, and this was just the beginning. Next stop, Norway. People wake up and hear that butter, yes, butter's running out. Bakers, mothers, chefs, all rush to the stores. Panic buying begins. Within 48 hours, supermarkets are empty. The black market appears. Butter starts selling for the price of gold. But here's the insane part. There was no real shortage, just a tiny miscalculation in production numbers. A simple mistake in a spreadsheet created the country's biggest food crisis in years. And this is where everything started to change, because neighboring countries refused to help, making the crisis spiral even more. One small error, one huge collapse. This next one is unbelievable. In 2012, one of the world's biggest trading firms, Knight Capital, activates a new algorithm. Except one line of old forgotten code, a single switch, was still active inside the system. In less than 45 minutes, the glitch begins buying and selling shares at insane prices. The stock market goes wild. Companies lose billions. Knight Capital loses $460 million before anyone even realizes what's happening. And the twist, all of it, every bit of damage, came from one copy-pasted piece of code written years earlier. A multi-billion-dollar collapse triggered by something so small you could fit it on one line of a text file. Now the question becomes, how can entire economies' massive, powerful systems collapse because of something so tiny? Because economies aren't made of money, they're made of people. And people are emotional, impulsive, easily influenced, terrified by uncertainty. All it takes is a rumor, a mistake, a bug, a fear, a misunderstanding, and suddenly, everything can fall apart. But the strangest collapse of all is still coming. Let's go deeper. These collapses weren't random. They all shared the same hidden trigger, a tiny spark multiplied by human behavior. Fear spreads faster than any virus. Rumors travel faster than facts. And panic is more powerful than logic. Economists call this the butterfly effect of economics. But history shows us how devastating it truly is. Because now, we arrive at the wildest collapse ever recorded. The collapse caused by onions. Yes, onions. In the United States, onion prices exploded. Farmers became rich. Investors jumped in. 2 traders saw an opportunity. They bought 98% of all onions in the country, then flooded the market with them. Prices dropped to almost zero. Farmers lost everything. Some went bankrupt for life. And the twist? All of it happened because of 2 men and a vegetable. This collapse was so insane, so destructive, that the U.S. government passed a law banning the trading of onions forever. To this day, onions are the only product in America that it's illegal to trade on the futures market, because of one collapse caused by one simple thing. When we imagine financial disasters, we picture giants falling, banks collapsing, massive institutions losing billions. But the truth is much scarier. It doesn't take a giant to destroy an economy. Sometimes all it takes is something tiny, something stupid, something no one saw coming. A rumor, a bug, a mistake, a vegetable. And that's the real lesson. The world is fragile in ways we rarely notice. If these stories shocked you even half as much as they shocked me, then make sure to like this video so we can uncover the next unbelievable collapse, one even stranger than these.